This user right here is responsible for my improvement as a commentator. With that being said, I will ask you guys not to attack him. As you guys see, this is a commentary done on me. While he's made undeniable points regarding my segments, there is this one point he made that's in the video that kinda bugs me.
First off, Big Al's video is a rant of the Narutards and by extension Naruto, so yeah, the fans watching should have already known what they were getting themselves into.
Yes, that is correct, but we cannot neglect the reasoning for the production of this video. It was basically made addressing the comments he received from the Narutards, by extension Naruto. When Big Al produces a video the Naruto fanbase is obviously going to find offensive, in that circumstance, he should already know what he's getting himself into. Honestly, when Big Al made that video in the first place, it told me two things. Rather, Big Al was aware of the fact that he was going to receive hatred from the Naruto fanbase and didn't care up until he received the comments, or he basically just wasn't thinking during the production of the video. Either one is just unacceptable. Producing a rant video on the matter is kind of understandable, but at the same time, Big Al doesn't necessarily have a right to be mad considering he exposed himself to hatred. Now one can argue, well, the Naruto fanbase still needs to chill, which is true, but at the same time, most of the Naruto fanbase are a bunch of little kids that don't know what they're talking about, so reactions like that from them is kind of understandable. Now a better thing he could have done was to reply to the comments and debunk the claims, or simply remove the comments and go on about his day. But instead, he resorts to yelling at those small children.
Well, is it this new? For me, at least. Oh boy. I don't know how well I'm going to be doing at this. I know I've done response videos that are a lot like this, but today I'm not going to be responding, I'm going to be doing. So today I'm going to be doing my first commentary of all time, and probably my last, because it all is going to depend on this one video. Anyway, we're going to be doing a com on someone that Case probably did a com on, named Meta5272. Am I wrong?
Also, some pictures I...
Shut up. 52722. Yeah, I got it right. Hey, I got a good memory. I'm a smart boy.
You know, if you didn't get it right the first time, then you could have edited that part out. Oh wait, I forgot. You don't have an editing software, so you can't really edit that part out. I mean, you could have done that actually, but yeah, if you had an editor.
So if you're aware of the fact that he doesn't have any editing material, then I hope you know that this interjection is problematic in and of itself. You also have to take this into consideration. This is the man's first commentary. What the hell did you expect from someone who has had absolutely no experience with commentaries whatsoever?
Yeah, I don't know why I keep snapping. I'll stop now. One more. Alright. Anyway, he's doing a commentary called A Blast from the Past, and it has 564 views, and it was uploaded 3 weeks ago, and the video is 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 31 seconds long. I'm not going to be going through all of that. I'm just going to be going through some of it, so most likely 13 minutes, or 6 minutes if I'm bored with it, because we all know how much these sort of commentary...
Now, keep this statement in mind, folks. He is gonna cover parts of the video. Yeah, Karma's gonna bite him in the ass later.
Well damn, Chief, would it hurt to explain how it's going to bite him in the ass? Because some commentators that I associate with can be okay with making a video covering only one segment of a video as long as they contextualize said video. Allow me to list a few examples to give a little bit more context to what I mean. Sholmes' one shot on the second half of my commentary on Big Al. Mavi's one shot on Keyblade Master. Doodle Tones' 2-shot on Dylan Thomas. If I wanted to, I could list 100 more examples in a matter of 5 seconds because I'm a motherfucking badass, but you guys get the point. In all seriousness though, the point is, when it comes down to making commentaries, it doesn't matter if you're only covering specific segments of a video, it's all about debunking the points.
Not saying they're bad, but what I've seen they are. But hopefully Meta will prove me wrong. Alright, let's go.
So, wait a minute, you're not gonna show the original video? Instead, you're just gonna show a black screen? And that's it? Just a black screen? Video converter. Use it.
You're the one who pointed out the fact that he doesn't have any editing software, so him showing only a black screen in this video is kind of understandable, and I want you to take this into consideration. What if he doesn't have the devices required to install a video converter? When you pointed out the fact that he doesn't have any editing software, you should have given that question a ponder.
Trapping out the back street, running through the patch like a trap meet.
NANI? お前はもう死んでいる.
The following video has to do with an old drama from many years ago on the commentary community. If you don't want to be reminded of it, please do not watch the video. Also, some pictures I use will contain massive spoilers from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Alright. Big point. He put up the warning. You can't really complain about it. He put up a warning. I don't know anything about it. And even if he did put up the warning, I'm still going to commentate over it.
Why? It's kind of pointless to complain about a warning screen.
You not only interjected before Novatron finished his point, you missed the entire point of what he was saying. He was saying that the screenshots that he shows that might spoil some parts of the Kingdom Hearts story wouldn't really have any effect over someone who doesn't know anything about Kingdom Hearts or even cares for it. Furthermore, what makes matters worse for you is you allowed the rest of his point to play out without any kind of interjection, which begs the question, why didn't you skip this segment when you have barely anything to say about it in the first place?
See, I already have a big problem. You're talking. I can't tell if it's that you're far away from the mic sometimes, or way too close to the mic sometimes. And I feel like it's that you're way too close, because sometimes when you talk like that, it goes, and that's how you know that you're way too close to the microphone, is when your microphone does that, it's telling you, back up.
Why? Does it really even matter? No, seriously, does it really matter? Besides, at least you can hear Mega quite clearly in this video. And besides, if he actually goes close to the microphone, you can actually hear his booming voice with static noise on top of it.
And even if you can hear the words clearly, it doesn't take away from the fact that you're still too damn close to the mic.
I'd like you to take this hypothetical question into consideration for a second. What if I were in a party with my friend Aries, right? And every time he spoke, he put his mouth so close up to the mic, and every time he did that, his voice would be so loud to where it would hurt my ears. Would you still say the same thing if his voice were loud to the point where it hurts my ears?
There's 4 niggas walking up and it's just me. Now it's just 3. Now it's just 2. Now it's just me.
Hang on, let me turn that up.
You have gotta be for real, right? You stopped the video just to turn up the volume. You could have done this, I don't know, to begin with. So that way, you didn't have to do this problem. So you didn't have to stop the video in the middle of the video to turn up the volume.
You know, that's a pretty interesting statement coming from the person who forgot to edit out that long ass pause between the sentences of his interjection, but don't worry, I already took care of that problem for you. You know, for someone who has editing software, something this rookie lacks, if I have to edit out some segments of your video, then that's a huge fucking problem.
You could at least edit this out and it would change nothing.
I thought we established the fact that he didn't have any editing software. Or did you forget that?
Why are you doing this?
He's literally telling himself off, so he's not getting content, most likely, from this video. The 564 people that watch this, or maybe just one person watching it, like, repeatedly, probably because it was so freaking hilarious, cringeworthy, and all that. Because of the fact of... And I'll tell you why they're probably laughing at you instead of with you. The reason why they're probably laughing at you is because the fact that you're doing a commentary over yourself who uploaded a video 8 years ago, and then you're expecting this guy to change what he's supposed to do, when really, that all focuses on you because you're doing a commentary over yourself. So telling yourself what to do from 8 years ago isn't gonna change anything because you're him. They're not two different people, so he can't fix crap. If you want him to fix crap, you gotta do that. So
I'm going to edit out the pauses.
Yeah guys, if you have a big mistake in your video, go back to the past so you can fix those mistakes. Your logic doesn't even really make sense. At all.
The purpose of a commentary is to give points of critique in the hopes that the user being commentated on will improve in the future. But in this instance, this person's commentating on himself, which makes no sense, and let me explain why. Now, we know the video the person commentated on is 8 years old, correct? And it's an 8-year-old video made by himself. Basically, my point is, commentating on an old video that you don't stand behind is pretty pointless, don't you think? It's just as stupid as commentating on someone else's old video that they don't stand behind.
I've done some of my past commentaries. Second off, why exactly did you go for Wade's commentary? Are you going to elaborate on that?
see, he's pointing out stuff that he did in his 8-year one, where he's like, are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do that? Well, of course he isn't, because he's you. Sir, if you want him to do it, you probably should have done it in the first place 8 years ago. That's all I'm gonna leave this at. Because I'm probably not going to be able to take any more of this bullcrap.
Oh, thank God. The video is over. Wait a minute. The video's not over? It's not over? We still got 18 minutes left, so. Damn it. 18 minutes left? Damn. Okay, here's the thing. Why is your video 18 minutes long? Why? Like, especially if you're saying that, oh, you said in the original video that you're gonna cover some of the parts. Think before you speak.
The funny thing is, the segment that plays right after this interjection literally explains to us why that is the case. It's because he chose to tackle a whole nother video. So why don't you think before you speak? To add insult to injury, there was actually a much better point you could have made. But you know what? I'll make an exception just this once and make that point for you. Better change my avatar to something else. Novatron, you make the claim that Meta should have given some elaboration on the video that he commentated on that was made 8 years ago, which isn't entirely wrong, but at the same time, I want you to consider this. What if 8 years ago he didn't have nearly as much experience as he does now? Because there are plenty of commentators out there like Navi and myself who have made commentaries for the first time when they sucked ass. You should really take that into consideration, dude.
No, Cebu, you don't understand.
I'm a guy.
No, you're fucking not.
Are you serious? You're really that desperate just to stop in the middle of a video to shoehorn in a random advertisement in it? That is quite possibly the most desperate attempt at getting money that I've ever seen in my entire life. That stupid advertisement was literally 43 seconds long. Now, I know someone will argue that that's probably the joke he's going for. Well, guess what? That doesn't make it much better. Because it wasn't worded like it was even supposed to be an attempt at humor. And it's...
Now, I'm gonna skip this guy's point here because this guy's point goes on for, I shit you not, 14 minutes. 14 minutes of a dragged out point that he could have just, I don't know, shortened it up to 5 minutes.
And you could have done something about the segment that played before your interjection. In fact, if you were gonna skip this guy's point, then there's no point of it being.
This guy by the name of Two Tones made a commentary on the Angel guy.
So we're just going to sit here in an awkward silence for a little bit.
So anyway.
Yeah, here's the thing, kids. When you all aware that I was actually pretty lazy at the time, right? And also, you're all aware that this video was on this that this video was actually like unreleased, right? It was an unfinished commentary, right? This video wasn't finished as a commentary as a whole. I was originally going to be editing it, but I didn't want to anyway, so yeah, that was the one.
Alright, so let's begin this by saying that ear rape was completely uncalled for and just not needed, but let's get on to the point that he made that really bothered me. You say that this is an unfinished commentary and you just didn't want to edit it. Do you hear yourself right now? Do you realize how lazy that makes you sound? What makes matters worse for you is, in the video that you made on Novatron that I covered, you got on his case for having a lack of editing software, but you possess editing software and just didn't want to edit your commentaries? Are you kidding me? No, that's not how this works.
Let's begin with the video. I already saw the video already.
It will be a bad idea if you haven't already.
Good God, another fucking unneeded ear rape. Please end me.
Trapping out the back street, running through the patch like a trap meet.
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
Okay, so here's the main problem with the video overall. It's finally disclaimer in the video. Why does every commentator need to have disclaimers in the middle of the video?
It wasn't the middle of the video when you paused it. That's seriously how Dual Tones opens up her videos, by saying a disclaimer. And this guy goes on to saying how disclaimers are bad because it just speeds up the voice. Well, honestly, the main reason why they have the disclaimer in the first place is to tell the audience that they're just trying to help someone. by using constructive criticism and making sure the audience are aware that this is not an attack, but this is actually trying to help someone out with YouTube. My god, my dude. My god.
Okay, first off, you acting like I was very new to the CC as a whole, even though I'm not in the CC as a whole. So let's see, I started commentating me back in 2015. So I know so why you complaining about that. I was complaining about you mentioning a disclaimer in your video. I mean, serious, dude. Why are you complaining about that? I don't know why. Why are you complaining about the disclaimer in the middle of the video? It's unnecessary, it's unneeded. And why I don't know why you're complaining about that in the video. Jackson move fucking squad, my dude.
I'm sorry, what? I know this was an attempt at humor, but it wasn't funny simply because of the fact that no one can make out what you're saying and it just sounds like you're mumbling and whispering a bunch of gibberish. Speak up!
This is part 3. I thought we in part 9.
Oh my god, Halo fan, this is literally one of the worst videos you've ever made. You wanna know why? Because you're not getting to any of the fucking points. You're just criticizing what part is.
The reason I was saying it was part of the video is because he didn't even say what part of the video is what's part of the video. He said we're in part 5 of the video. I didn't even know we were even in part 5 of the video. I thought we were in part 3 of the video. He asked me to send the video.
Nice job explaining yourself, but that doesn't debunk KH Brony's points. He was pointing out the fact that you were instead worrying about a small problem instead of actually attempting to debunk Doodletones' points.
Also,
how many fucking times are you actually going to do that to your audience? I know this is a small problem and all, but it's fucking irritating to listen to, especially given the fact that it's abrupt and just not needed.
see, I am making jokes better. My jokes are better than the Neo CC, and that's pretty sad, really. I mean,
What does any of this have to do with fucking jokes? You literally are talking about nothing about the video.
why are you complaining about the Neo CC? It's small. It's minor. It's a nitpick at best. You should just write this down in the comment section of the video and call it a day.
He's addressing this because so far, all you've managed to do is just needlessly pad out the video without debunking any of Doodletones' points. So yes, it is a problem, it's not a nitpick.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that probably will piss a lot of people off, but I honestly couldn't care less. Because this isn't my opinion on this situation about a YouTuber called Onision.
Well, just because it's your opinion does not excuse you from giving faulty statements that can be debunked. And with all the facts about Onision's past transgressions being brought to the light, this isn't the time to be giving unpopular opinions that will most likely give you backlash. So in other words, if you're gonna start stating opinions like these, then I hope you're ready to face the consequences.
So, there's been this thing where he has just kind of crumbled to the ground to the point where he's living in a tent, which is literally horrible. And it's all because of people on the internet bullying him to the, making him literally lose his mind, then laughing at it.
Yeah, see, no, he is not in the position he's in because of mere bullying. He's actually in this position because of the fact that he's treated women poorly for about 9 years or so. There's much more documented evidence on the terrible things he has done, by which I shall link you guys to a video that explains all of his actions in the description. I assure you, Repsion covers all the shit Onision has pulled. He's your guy if you want more information on Onision's actions. This isn't bullying, it is a man facing the repercussions for the stuff he's done that he thought that he could get away with. And let's address the part where you said that they were making him lose his mind. You do realize that he admitted in one of his videos and in a Twitter post that he was acting, but let's look at this from a hypothetical perspective. And honestly, he lost his mind way before people brought his actions to the light.
Like, what has the world actually come to? People that are making tens of thousands of dollars every month, every week even, for making fun of someone, and YouTube are like, oh, we've got our anti-bullying policy. So where does that come in then?
Allow me to explain to you the difference between bullying and what's happening to Onision. The definition of bullying is picking on someone for very arbitrary reasons, to make fun of someone for something very minor, be it their looks, how they act, their interests, etc. Onision is facing the repercussions for the stuff he pulled. There's documented evidence on his actions which are illegal things. This is not a crowd of people picking on an innocent YouTuber. This is not a case of someone popular experiencing haters. This is about a YouTuber that is turned into a criminal with documented evidence of his crimes. And let's address the fact that you're complaining about them being paid off of their videos on Onision. What you are complaining about is normal monetization versus Onision actually priding himself to be an honest YouTuber, yet he's the same person who had to bribe Hanson a certain amount of money just to get on Hanson's show and defend himself. Not to mention, the person you are defending is also guilty of literally slandering his exes, and he also uploaded and even monetized someone's mental breakdown. And might I add the fact that he made countless posts on his many forum websites to slander and bully his exes, calling one of his exes, who was wise enough to get out of there quickly, an AIDS-ridden whore who had a dirty vagina.
You can't talk to me respectfully and let me have my freedom of speech without you mashing the dislike button, but you calling me faggot or the N-word or a donkey.
I was literally I was just watching his last video, which was called Farewell or something, where he said he's literally done with the internet. And I don't blame him, because who has the right to talk about someone like that and say that they've done this and they've done that? All he did was have an opinion on something.
I can assure you he did much more than just having a mere opinion there, Scrap. You continue to speak as though he's being bullied for very arbitrary reasons, which isn't the case. There is evidence of his actions that you clearly didn't look at. For example, he once pressured someone into having sex despite her saying no multiple times. She didn't want to do it at first, but he peer pressured her into doing it, which is rape. I get you're young, but there's so much that you need to do research on.
And there's people being killed every day. No one talks about that because it doesn't make money. No one talks about it because they think, oh, no one's going to care if I talk about the stabbing or a terrorist attack that happened like last week or something. No one's going to care. That's what they think. So like, I'll talk about a relevant thing so I get money from it.
People can still make a financial benefit off killers and terrorists as well. Look at the people who make monetized videos on Pollution Entertainment. You know, the same kid who recorded himself beating his cat to death. It's not like everyone that talks about Onision doesn't make videos talking about terrorists and killing. If anything, they'll make videos talking about both subjects, since Onision and these terrorists have being shitty people in common. This is a matter of these YouTubers wanting justice for Onision's victims.
What has the internet come to? The internet was created to make a space where people feel safe and have people that they can talk to. Not people to be exploited, people to be bullied. That's not what it was for, but now that's what it's come to, hasn't it?
Yeah, the internet was created for having fun, however, child predators such as Onision shouldn't be allowed on it. Matter of fact, have you seen his perspective on rape? Because he basically has the mentality that the victims of rape are just as problematic and are just as much to blame as a rapist. If people really created the internet with the intention of it being a safe place, then wouldn't you agree that such a toxic mindset shouldn't be allowed on there for others to see, especially the victims of rape?
So, yeah. What I'm trying to say is, people are idiots. They don't know what they're saying, and they just jump on a situation that they literally know nothing about. They just... That's the thing, jumping on trends, that's really what it is.
It's very hilarious that you say that when evidently you're the only one I see that is doing the very same thing that you're accusing others of doing right now. You know nothing of the stuff Onision pulled versus other YouTubers that have showed documented evidence of his actions. Tell me, what evidence have you shown?
People, they're like, oh, Onision has lost his mind. I have seen that title so many bloody times, it's getting on my nerves. People putting the thumbnail of him making a sad face or crying or looking like he's literally losing his mind, which he is, and that's all because of you, whoever put that title. It's your fault. that he has got to that point.
No, it's not anyone's fault. In fact, the only two people who are at fault is Onision and his husband Kai. The only reason that this is all happening is because people want justice for his actions. He is facing the repercussions for his actions. You want to know what's making him lose his sanity? The fact that his crimes are finally coming back to bite him in the ass.
And I just hope that he is okay, which he obviously isn't, but I hope he gets better, and I hope the internet going off it forever helps him, and I hope that YouTube feels bad about what they've done to him.
Considering he uploaded another video after his farewell video, it seems clear to me that he has no real intention of leaving the internet. Mad Black Atheist said the same thing when he thought he was hot shit trying to act tough with Nick Rekieta. He got bitched for it and said he was leaving the internet for a while. And guess what? This man couldn't even stay off the internet for at least a week. Trust me when I say he's acting just to bait people. Also, YouTube won't feel guilty for punishing a child groomer. He knew exactly what he was doing when he committed all those crimes. These were not mere mistakes that he made. These were crimes that he chose to commit, and those are the consequences of his actions.
And all the people that have bullied him in the past, I hope they realise how much of an asshole they are. And people know who they are, who have made reaction videos to it, and they know who I'm talking about.
He's the one who chose to unnecessarily embarrass himself with all those videos of him having a meltdown, even after his WoW video. If you really want that to stop, then maybe you should tell Onision to stop giving these YouTubers stuff to react to. It's that simple.
So, but just think about it for a second. Go and watch Onision's video called Farewell, and just loads of the videos. There's one where he screams at a mirror, saying things that other people have said, and you realise how people have tortured his soul and made him feel like he is nothing and feel like he is just not human, making him feel like he's just the worst thing that was ever born. That's how you've made him feel, and that's horrible. You should be ashamed of yourself, who's ever done that, and you should literally take yourself off the internet.
Well, what can I say besides that's what his ass get? I like how you make these YouTubers out to be the bad guys when the person you're defending literally wrote a racist post about how he doesn't like black people. Did I forget to mention the fact that he's been putting people's private information out in the public for others to see, and even recorded a girl having a mental breakdown? He's also been putting people's personal information in his videos. He's so abusive to the point where he even told a girl to shave off her hair, shave her eyebrows, and get a tattoo saying she's a liar. But according to you, this is all about how Onision's soul is destroyed? What about the others? In fact, if you don't believe me, here are some examples.
The fact that you put such private information online for everyone to see, that was so confidential. I have told 5 people. 5! And you told all of the internet because you're assaulting.
Like, please leave me alone like I've asked. I asked you to stop using my name and my information in your videos. And you told me that you would. You asked me to stop contacting you, and again today you posted a video with a screenshot of our email conversation with my name in it. Obviously, you think that you're right and justified in all of the things that you're doing.
Hey. Get the camera off of me, I swear to God. He has a camera on me. He has a camera on me right now. Get the camera off of me. Why do you have a camera on me?
I hope you're happy. You completely destroyed all of my pride. You told me to get a tattoo saying I'm a liar, like a tramp stamp. You told me to shave my head. You told me to dye my hair green, shave off my eyebrows, and get an ugly tan.
You deserve to have your channel taken down. YouTube, take every channel down that has done that, because now YouTube know what he has done, and they're most likely going to ask him to take those videos down, because YouTube, they don't know how to handle anything. So, sorry if they ask me if my video gets blocked, make sure you've seen it and spread awareness about the situation, because it's horrible. So basically, delete your channel if you did that. Bye.
Basically what I'm hearing is people that bring the dark truth about Onision to the light deserve their channels taken down. People that want justice for his victims deserve to lose their channels. Do you realize how deluded you sound right now? Because again, with Chris Hansen and the FBI being involved, there is no way that the people that have brought the truth to the light will be punished in any way, shape, or form. Also, this has nothing to do with YouTube not being able to handle things correctly. because if you ask me, he should have lost his entire channel along with his Patreon. The people that are reporting his abhorrent behavior aren't the ones to blame in this situation. He is, and you need to understand that.
Y'all wondering what a lolcow means? A lolcow means that someone does some dumb things, makes some dumb decisions, etc., and gets laughed at it for it. So they basically get laughed at for being, well, for doing dumb stuff, basically. So I hope you guys enjoy the video.
Wait a minute. Who the hell is this?
Don't even stress about it, I got this handled. Haha, nothing beats good old flying Raijin teleportation, even though I can move at light speed. Alright, to give a short summary, Black Sonic 1991 made a video labeling a few people as lolcows, and while there are a few people in this video that he lists that I don't really care about, there were a few things he said in this video that really bothered me, so I'm going to address them. So with all that out of the way, Eternal Scarlet! Let's rock this bitch!
Alright, I'll tell him. She said no candy.
Perfection. You are the most egotistical piece of shit I've ever seen. Your arrogance absolutely make me cringe. And you're saying you're the best in Xenoverse 2? Well, what the hell is this then? Oh, I know. You getting absolutely destroyed by this person right here. And you claim to be undefeated still to this day? I would literally beat the living shit out of you if I could on Xenoverse 2. But yet, I have to pay you to fight you. And there's no way in hell I'm not paying you money to fight you. And you think you're God? Negro, please. Because ain't no way in hell you're still undefeated to this day. Oh my god, the absolute arrogance on this man makes me cringe.
Dude, you are aware of the fact that going after perfection for the simple reason of how he is in Xenoverse 2 is at this point old news, given the fact that he's changed. He's not bothering anyone, he's not making any world tour videos harassing people. Now sure, there's this video on iDubbbz, but in the context of that video, one could argue that Perfection only made that video just to jump on the simp bandwagon, by which Perfection, you and Dillweed are annoying as hell when you guys abuse that word. However, it is better than making a series of videos that contain nothing but lies on the names of YouTubers that are more popular than he is, so
better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga. Jaeger.
Gene and Bojack fell in love and copulated.
What in the actual hell does copulate mean? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Really?
That's a bit of a stupid question to be asked when the definition of the word he utilized can be found with a simple Google search.
And the power of Paragon was so great that the gods sensed it the moment that Bojack's essence met with Gene and started to make what would become known as Paragon.
I think that scream gave me nightmares. Like, I'm not even joking. That scream gave me nightmares. So I guess copulate means Bojack and Gene smashed. What in the actual fuck?
Oh, so you figured the word out. Oh, okay, that's fine. Let me ask you this question then. What was the point of this interjection? Because I see it as nothing short of overreacting to something that isn't really that serious.
Bojack left the next morning, and Gene went to finish her mission, but Gene could feel it inside her stomach. She could feel the power of perfection that would go on to rule the universe.
I'll tell you one thing that Gine's feeling. She's feeling the toxic ass nigga inside of her stomach that will become perfection. That's what she feels. Now, I'll describe that in one word. Trash. Because, one, ain't no way in hell Bojack is that strong. He got his ass wrecked by Teen Gohan. Super Saiyan 2. And let's take a look at that right quick, shall we? That describes your whole YouTube career in that one clip. Because, honestly, that backstory does not make any sense at all. That is complete garbage.
Except how do you know that perfection didn't make this counterpart of Bojack even stronger than the original, considering that this is a non-canon story? So this interjection is also a subjective, emotional overreaction over something that isn't that serious.
Oh, and I got a story to tell y'all. Now, Perfection and Fat Hokage had a falling out because Fat Hokage wanted a break, and Perfection was like, no, you're supposed to be with me 24/7, 365, because I'm your Lord and Savior, Perfection. And Hokage was like, I just need a break, man. Can I have a break? So Hokage left Perfection's Discord server, and Perfection was like, that's it. Time to get started on the Fat Hokage Exposed World Tour, and called Fat Hokage a fake friend, and etc. And now he did delete the community post and the video, but I still think he's a piece of shit because How could you do your friend like that, and he's been your friend since the beginning?
Well, it's a good thing that it doesn't matter what you think, considering he took down the video and even apologized for the spread of misinformation. Also, the thing between Perfection and Fat Raikage happened for much more deeper reasons than what you explained in this video. So this makes it seem like you're trying to make Perfection out to be a bad person, thus lying to your audience.
It was your fault.
I have daddy issues.
Oh.
Have my babies.
Oh no.
And now you continue to fuck me over with one particular video. Now, it doesn't really bother me that you managed to remove the video. The fact of the matter is that it's taking so long to appeal to it. I made my appeal to that video that it was made 5 years ago defending homosexuality. There's a YouTube video out there that's practically stating that homosexuality is a far worse sin than killing people. I'm not fucking joking. And YouTube decided to side with him. It astounds me, YouTube. What the fuck are you doing?
I know exactly what YouTube is doing. They are literally laughing at you because you are so boring, dull, and useless on your channel. After the Perfection era, you have completely failed down to the bottom because there was nothing else to really talk about. You keep talking about the same person over and over and over and over again. Even though you deleted most of the videos, it still proves to my point that you have fallen off the mat and you are a complete lol-cow.
Except, what does any of this have to do with him pointing out one of YouTube's many screw-ups? Also, what does this have to do with any of his videos on Perfection when he's pointing out one of the main reasons why people have lost their channels? If this is your attempt at roasting someone who's also had to put up with YouTube's bullshit just like all of us, then it's not funny.
I admit it. I sometimes end up shitting in my own underwear.
Are you really kidding me right now? Why in the hell would you say that on the internet? You realize the internet does not give two fucks, right?
You live with your mom.
Yeah. Do you live with mom?
Yeah.
And you admitted to bullying 14-year-olds and kids, and even an 11-year-old.
And, I also, this isn't the very first time I gone after 14-year-olds. I gone after 14-year-olds.
Have you gone after an 11-year-old before?
Once, yes.
Fucking hell, I haven't seen that one.
What in the fuck is wrong with you? You have the audacity to attack kids? I mean, not attack them physically, but on the internet? Like, are you kidding me right now? I'm telling you right now, dude. That ain't gonna cut it. That will destroy your reputation on YouTube and on the internet, period. Because have you lost your mind? No wonder this guy's a low-cow. He's a major low-cow.
It's kinda hilarious that all of your arguments are insults based on information that was resurfaced in the springtime of 2019. I'm gonna be as blunt as I can with you when I say this, but nobody gives a shit about that anymore, especially considering the fact that Atheist Gamer has not uploaded a single video since the annunciation of his departure.
So why do I have a problem with female content creators, you might ask? It's a problem that's been plaguing not only vanilla YouTube. When I say vanilla YouTube, I mean not anime, I mean gaming or vlogging, because there's sexualization of females over there, no doubt. You have Sniper Wolf, you have Zoe Burger, who's moved over to Twitch, I think. But it's a problem that affects the term content creator, not only here on YouTube, but also on Twitch. But I'm going in on YouTube. It affects the anime community as well. Even our little Dragon Ball community in its little niche itself. This problem affects us as well. So
I wouldn't really consider sexualization to be a good definition as to what they're doing. Maybe they're making a joke out of the matter to lighten the mood. So in that regard, I really don't find any flaws. I don't know what you're talking about, honestly.
So Bulma Bunny, of course, she's a reaction voiceover channel, and what she does, she takes female voices and she does voiceovers and reactions. So at surface value, at face value, there's no problem with that. You're saying, what's the problem? But let's dig a little bit deeper and talk about why this is a problem. Let's dig a little bit deeper and examine this. She takes female characters. She does a half-assed voiceover impression of them, she only has two voices. She does a little soft, whispery, nasally voice that she does when she impersonates that piece of trash Kale, and then she has every other voice that she does for every other female character. Like, she has no talent at all. She doesn't put no effort, no honing her craft. She honestly just the two voices that she does, which is basically just the same voice, but she sexualizes every female character she comes into contact with. She does no research. She really just goes to whatever wiki of any anime character that she's about to impersonate, and I put air quotations around impersonate. She goes and looks a couple of like character specific quotes and stuff so that she seems like an anime fan, but all she really does is find a way to sexualize everything that she does.
Oh boy, this video is just getting started and I already have a lot to say. Well, where do I begin? Bulma Bunny actually tries her best to put her voice in sync of the personality of the character she's voicing, like Kale for instance. We can honestly say that Kale's personality is a lot like Hinata's, so what does she do? She kind of puts in a soft, kind of quiet-like voice. As for Caulifla, on the other hand, her personality is rather aggressive. And I will admit, there are some flaws in the voice that Bulma Bunny gives her. Bulma kind of makes her sound like a rather seductive type person, if you honestly ask me, but she still tries her best to do the best voice she can for the female she takes interest to and the female she voices. I wouldn't really call her voice half-assed. As for the sexualization part, you are aware of the fact that Bulma Bunny voices fan service characters, meaning these characters have been sexualized even before they made an appearance on Bulma's channel for the first time. So in that regard, you can't really be mad about that, seeing as though the fan service characters that have been voiced on Bulma's channel were drawn specifically to be sexualized. In a way, if you really think about it, they're fan service characters. You can't get mad at fans for fulfilling their purposes of a character they like.
Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Well, you like sexualized things, so why do you take issue with it? Here's the thing. Normally, you would be right. Normally, I would not take an issue with this. But my problem with it is that it's predatory in nature and it's not in the right medium. Like, if this was over on the Hub or the Haven, I would have no problem with what Bulma Bunny does. But here it is on YouTube. And why is it predatory and why is it a problem with it being here on YouTube? The reason that it's here on YouTube, let's think about why would she sexualize female anime characters here on YouTube instead of the Hub and the Haven? Let's take a moment. Take one moment.
Actually, Perfection, I'm gonna take the moment to say this. That is the most over-exaggerative claim I have ever heard anyone say in my entire life, I swear. Now, let's go over why. Explain your reasoning in bringing up porn sites such as Pornhub and Hentai Haven. Because honestly, the stuff that Bulma does on her channel, while it could be considered sexualization in a way, most of the time she's just joking. And rather not if she's joking, it is not even remotely as bad as you are making it out to be. You sound as though she posts full-on hentai videos of Dragon Ball Z characters on her channel, and that's not the case. Most of the time it's just Bulma joking around with some of her favorite female characters. And also, if you really want to talk about sexualize, I know a male channel who actually sexualizes with fan service clickbait of all kinds of anime. And I'm gonna pull up some images. Oh boy, look at this. This is One Piece. Oh my god, look at those sexy Dragon Ball Z characters. Oh, I think I'm getting turned on. Oh, look, there's Naruto. Plenty of Naruto fan service there, buddy.
Sanrah Uzumaki, I will have you explain what you're doing right now.
The real question is, how long have you been standing there?
It doesn't matter. You answer my question first.
Well, actually, I'm just doing a commentary, something I haven't done in a long time.
So you finally decided to get your lazy ass up off that PS4, huh?
I told you I am not lazy!
And I told you to lower your voice a little while ago, did I not? Yes, you did. I'm sorry.
Alright, good boy, and please take it easy on Gohan. It's bad enough Prince Vegeta already roasted him.
I freaking hate it when she uses that satanic voice. Phew, now back to what I was saying. The whole point of all of that just now was to basically say that you can't hate on all female YouTubers for sexualization, because for one, most females on YouTube don't even sexualize in their channel, and two, males do it just as much as females. And if you just hate on the females for it, then that's just having double standards.
Why would she do that over here and not over there? Because I've looked at her demographic, and all of her fans are between the ages of 12 and 15, and guess what gender they are? Male. So in a way, she knows that what she does, her little sexualization, is not going to work on older individuals. People over the age of 17 are not going to get fooled by that little phone sex operator act that she's been pimping out for the past couple of years. Now, I know what you're going to say. There's male voice actors. Why don't you have a problem with them? Again, they don't sexualize their characters. Look at Prince Vegeta. The guy actually sounds like Vegeta. Bulma Bunny doesn't sound like a damn thing like Bulma. None of the other characters that she doesn't sound like a damn thing like them, and she doesn't try to. She just female character, sexualization. Let's throw some little character specific quotes and call it a freaking day. Prince Vegeta, I can tell that he's been working and honing his voice and doing his craft for a while. You look at Lord Frieza, the guy who does the Lord Frieza voice. He puts a ton of work into it. So the males actually try to do something of substance and of talent and of skill, but Bulma Bunny over here has just been doing a whole little sexualization thing, and she knows her demographic. She's seen her analytics. She knows that she's only on YouTube because she can prey upon the young, gullible audience that is dumb enough to fall for what she's been doing. And that is why I don't like her.
This right here proves my point in your double standards. Do you not realize Prince Vegeta has done the same thing? In regards to sexualization, he has made sexual references to Android 18. You can find him and Android 18 kind of getting dirty to lighten up and kind of turn on the audience. So when you're making a rant about Bulma Bunny, you can't say that Prince Vegeta is any different. Now yes, she has been on his channel and they both have sexualized, but Prince Vegeta still involves himself in it, and which means if Bulma Bunny does sometimes sexualize, that would imply Prince Vegeta is just as guilty. So you can't say that Prince Vegeta isn't guilty of the same thing, because he is, and it's evidently proven.
You remember when you broke my arm last time? You remember that? You remember that? Do you? Yeah.
Did you like that?
Oh yeah, I did. Why don't you break both of them this time, and I'm gonna fuck you with no hands. Oh yeah, come on, baby. Oh yeah, break them, baby. Break them, break them.
All right.
Oh, oh, shit, this is totally turning me on. Oh, the boner. Oh god,
You naughty boy, Vegeta.
I'm gonna be a naughty boy.
Come here and shut up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not all. Ow!
God, yeah.
Ow! I get everybody. I'm gonna have to end this. Let's
take
play
it.
here. Please don't forget to subscribe for me. And I'm sorry, I don't think anyone else will be able to get the tea.
Alright, that's enough. It's disgusting. Anyway, so from this point on, he begins to make points about It's Anime Girl. And as I've said, I do not like her, or him, I really don't know at this point.
Look at these. Some people might say, oh, that's adult Sakura and Hinata, but look at this. I'm going to show you this. This is adult Sakura, and this is teenage Sakura. This is teenage Hinata, and this is adult Hinata. Now tell me, which one of those... Now tell me. Sorry, I stopped a little bit. Sorry about that. Now, don't the photos that I just showed you look familiar to these two? This is the problem. She's posting hentai of underage girls, 16-year-olds.
Alright, dipshit. Here's the thing. Listen, dude. I get the picture you showed us of Sakura is a picture of her when she was 16, but the thing is, none of that really matters because the thing you don't understand is Sakura is a fictional character. If Bowsette was really posting porn of 16-year-old real-life girls, then that would be one thing, and yes, it would be problematic, but from where I'm standing, she's not doing that. And even if we were to go by our logic for a second, you do realize Bowsette has posted hentai pics of the Boruto counterpart of Sakura. So what are you getting at here? What are you trying to criticize about her exactly? What are you trying to prove?
And then she tried to accuse me on the this is another one of the another one of her hentai. Then she tried to accuse me of calling her pedo and calling her all this when the email was not even mine. It didn't even belong to me. You liars. God, I can't believe you. Can't believe you would lie on me like that. Especially the Elite Wolf and Euphanaire Wolf.
Okay, but where's your evidence? You show nothing to support the claim of her accusing you of being a pedophile, so how can I take your word for it? Oh, and by the way, if you think I cut him off before we finish this point, that's literally where his video ends. So there are 3 issues right there. This video was poorly handled, there was no script, and it wasn't even edited. For those who are watching who have not seen Dragon Ball Super Broly, there will be some spoilers to the movie. You have been warned.
Dragon Ball Super is hands down one of the worst pieces of fiction ever created. Real anime fans with great taste on higher levels of thinking such as myself do not support this garbage, and we never will. The only people who enjoy Dragon Ball Super are brainless idiots with bad taste. People that are so goddamn stupid their very existence defies the limits of stupidity.
This video just began and we're already off to a bad start. Look, Young Defiant, you do realize it's just anime. Just because someone likes a show or a category of anime that you detest, it doesn't give you the right to resort to petty, infantile name-calling. That's just being a douche.
Okay, Young Defiant, here's the thing. See, my problem really starts with you. Firstly, okay, you're just hating to hate. You don't like the mainstream, which I could understand. You don't like mainstream characters. I have to draw the line. Is you never really give a reason. You just don't like them to not like them. Even when you try to give a reason, your reasons are absolute utter balderdash. See there, that's one to add to your vocabulary. You're welcome.
Imagine being such an idiot that you were watching Dragon Ball Super weekly when it was airing. Imagine being such an idiot that you were doing reaction videos to the fights. Like, oh my gosh, man, I'm so hyped for Goku, Ultra Instinct, man, come on.
Or let's instead imagine being ignorant to the point where it turns you into a douchebag who insults other people because they like things that you don't like. Yeah, let's imagine that instead, because that's pretty much what you're doing right now. I can understand if a bunch of people are hyping up anime that you simply don't care for, but if it gets you this worked up, then no, there's really no excuse.
Okay, also, Ultra Instinct. Yeah, it's broken, it's a thing. Deal with it. You're gonna hate on fans. These battles. Yeah, okay. They made reaction videos to the battles. What's your problem with that? Like, I know you just hate on things that hate on things, but at the same time, it's like, okay, they thought these battles were cool, and there's other people who obviously watch these videos, because if people didn't watch the videos, they wouldn't be a thing.
So with Dragon Ball Super being so bad, I knew this Broly movie would prove once again how bad Dragon Ball Super truly is, and boy did it ever. This is by far one of the worst anime movies I've ever seen. Easily the worst Dragon Ball movie to date. A complete waste of time. Anyone who thinks this movie is good should not be allowed to watch anime because honestly, they're exactly what's wrong with anime. They're the very definition, they're the sole reason why anime continues to die every single year, because instead of people hyping up good anime, watching good anime, these casuals, idiots, fake anime fans continue to hype up trash and watch trash. It's ridiculous. You bottom of the barrel individuals will just take anything. It doesn't matter what type of trash anime they throw out there. You idiots just consume it. Like just idiots. You just sit there and just,
Just take the goddamn shit. They put it in front of you on a silver goddamn platter, put all this bullshit on your goddamn plate, and what do? Just gobble it up. You just eat it up, 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 eat it up. You keep eating and eating and eating and eating because you're taking the bullshit 24/7. It's ridiculous. Have some goddamn shame, why don't you? You're gorging on these trash anime, and it needs to stop.
Dude, what is up with you? You go from calling people casuals, idiots, and fake anime fans to getting this worked up because they support Dragon Ball Super. Why is it this much of a big deal? It's just anime. You don't need to get this worked up about it. Now here's my problem with this segment of the video. You go on and on and on about how the Broly movie is the worst movie to ever exist, and it shows how Dragon Ball Super is this bad, and then you turn around and attack its fan base instead of using that time to elaborate on why you think that the movie is bad.
My problem with you is you're attacking a whole fan base, and I know that your whole thing is, oh, I'm against the establishment, I'm anti-establishment, I'm against all this shonen crap. Well, no, okay? That's not how you run an effective channel. Being anti-establishment doesn't do anything. It's like an eye for an eye. An eye for an eye only blinds the whole world, in the words of Mahatma Gandhi. An eye for an eye only blinds the whole world. You just attacking Shonen, Jump, and all these animes doesn't help. You're gonna call out the whole fan base just because you don't like a show? That's childish. 5-year-olds do that. Are you a 5-year-old? Or are you a man?
But this movie made no sense. First of all, where do I even begin with this movie? This movie just threw everything that you currently knew out the fucking window. This movie doesn't even know if it wants to be canon. It doesn't know if it wants to. It's just rewriting everything. They're showing Goku leaving for planet Earth when he was a fucking toddler. When he's banging on the glass like, "Father," talking to Bardock or whatever. Goku was a fucking baby when he arrived on Earth. When Grandpa Gohan found Goku, he was a fucking baby. He was literally a baby. He did not have the Saiyan armor on. In this fucking movie, he has the Saiyan armor on as they send him to Earth. He didn't have the Saiyan armor on. He was a baby.
Okay, they're retconned it. That's a huge part of Super at this point. They're retconning a lot of things from the past. Because normally when Toriyama makes things, he's not really like thinking it out. Honestly, the Broly movie is just thinking out everything that happened with Planet Vegeta prior.
And seeing as though the Bardock movie, which contained the origin of the Saiyans, and the 3 Broly movies back in Z weren't at all canon, I really don't see a problem with what Toriyama did, because in my eyes, all he did was made Dragon Ball minus a story he himself wrote in the manga canon to Dragon Ball Super.
How does this make sense? Not only that, now they're showing fucking, Bardock, or not Bardock, but Broly, he doesn't want to fight. He was born to be this criminal, or not born to be a criminal, but born to be this fighting machine. He didn't even know who Kakarot was, when the whole story of Broly, if you know, he had major beef with Kakarot because he hated Kakarot, but yet in this movie he doesn't even know who Kakarot is?
Why am I even here in the first place? Why is this my life? As I've said before, Broly was not canon back in Z. This counterpart of Broly that you despise so much is actually canon. And if you guys want proof, look at this clip.
Broly is not a Toriyama creation. Broly was created by series showrunner Takao Koyama, and Takao Koyama created Broly. Toriyama designed the character, like how he looks, but Koyama's the one who created the character.
And this is why I say people should get their facts straight before coming at any anime, even if they are stating an opinion. Otherwise, they end up sounding stupid. And this right here is a perfect example. Young Define, did you do any research on the Broly movie before you even thought of making this video?
Young Defiant, obviously you have no real taste in anime or storytelling in general or anything because you think there's something wrong with them changing Broly's original terrible background with something that's better. Broly's whole reasoning for hating Goku was, and I quote, Goku cried as a baby. It's a terrible background. Probably every other DBZ villain ever has had a better background.
They make it to where Broly escaped because Frieza, as you know, blew up the planet of the Saiyans, and Broly and his father escaped to this planet, and then they were living there, and then Broly's father was training him, basically teaching him to be a war machine, basically trying to get revenge on Vegeta.
From where I'm standing, that's a much better idea than the last crappy story we got. Thank God Broly wasn't canon at that time.
The premise, the story was so goddamn stupid. It really was. Like, it just, this is why I knew this movie was going to suck, because Dragon Ball Super is just a complete waste of time. And you got these idiots actually saying this movie was good? This movie was fucking good? Are you kidding? Where have the fucking standards gone? Where have the standards gone that a plot hole, a boring ass plot hole infested movie is good?
Can I just stop the video for a second to acknowledge how he keeps calling these story changes plot holes, even though the original stories we seen last time I checked happened in non-canon movies? I've said this for about the third time now.
This just goes to show, as long as it has Dragon Ball on it, these fanboys, they don't care. Because the story was abysmal. So many plot holes. Broly's character is completely destroyed in this movie. It makes no sense. The other characters are trash. They're not worth mentioning. They're horrible. The fights and the animation was, oh man, it was so bad, man. Just like Dragon Ball Super. Like, remember those earlier episodes of Dragon Ball Super, the animation was just horrible? That's what it looked like in this movie. The animation was disgusting. It was so goddamn ugly. It was hard to keep my eyes on the screen, man.
Okay, I can understand where you wouldn't like the new art style, because it's really different, you know? It's a very, very different style. But at the same time, it's a beautiful art style, and it's much better than any art style that we've had thus far.
And quite frankly, I fail to see how you even compare the art style of the Battle of God saga and the art style of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Because from where I'm standing and comparing those two art styles, Dragon Ball Super has redeemed itself in regards to the art.
Goku was acting the way Goku has never acted before. You know, at the end of the movie, he's like, you know, they're like, what's your name? Which is stupid, because Broly should know who he is in the first movie. Like, it's so stupid. But he was like, what's your name? And Goku turned around and said, I'm Kakarot. Goku has never referred to himself as Kakarot.
So let me get this straight. You're upset because Goku referred to himself as his real name? That will be the same as being mad because Superman called himself Kal-El. And seeing as though Goku has been referred to as Kakarot for quite some time now, to me that's a rather logical choice of words, especially since he's talking to someone of his own race. And also, Goku didn't turn around and say, oh, I'm Kakarot. He said, my name is Son Goku, or Kakarot, meaning, they call me Goku, but you can call me Kakarot, my real Saiyan name. That's what he said.
Dragon Ball continues to get worse with every new movie, with every new series. It needs to end already. You know they're running out of ideas when they keep bringing back villains from the past. They keep bringing back villains. They brought back Frieza. They brought back Broly. Who are they going to keep bringing back? Because these new characters are complete shit.
Oh, hold on. Why do you say they keep bringing back old villains when they've only brought back Frieza, the main villain? They brought back Broly to rewrite his story because, again, and for the fourth and final time, Broly wasn't canon. Not to mention, they brought back Frieza to help Goku and the others in the Tournament of Power, so he wasn't even a villain around that time.
You know, all these new characters that they were hyping up, like, I haven't watched this, so I don't know, but I've heard names like Jiren and all these other characters. They're trash.
It's just a joke. It keeps bringing back Saiyans. For example, they're going to new universes and finding out different Saiyans. It's just stupid. End the series. End it already.
Okay, first of all, Dragon Ball Super has ended. Don't even include that Dragon Ball Heroes bullshit because that's not even canon and that's just to promote a game. Secondly, what are you talking about different universes? All the Saiyans were all in one universe. Kaba, Kale, and Caulifla were all in one universe. What are you talking about?
Now, before you guys push the unsub button, because I know some of my subscribers are going to get upset with me and unsub me because they don't like the things I say about Naruto, do what you got to do. But know this, before you unsub me, know this, don't come back to my channel.
Okay guys, whatever you do, do not go back to my channel because I'm about to talk shit over Naruto. You're really fucking stupid.
Great, so right off the bat, your first interjection is a mere petty infantile insult, by which you don't even explain the actual problems with this segment.
This is how you eat a Big Mac, nigga. Cuz what the fuck?
Okay, reason number one, Naruto turned himself into a girl. I don't find this entertaining. When Naruto turns into a girl, I don't find it entertaining. I don't find it funny. You know what? What kind of ninja actually disguised themselves as a woman and then tried to impress his friends with it and his masters like he's supposed to be funny with it? You know, what kind of ninja does that? Real ninjas don't do that kind of crap, okay? You know what I'm saying? And I think that right there, of him doing that, kills his character. It definitely destroys his character, but he doesn't really do it like that anymore. But a true ninja would never do nothing as gay as that. And if you are a Naruto fan out there and you're a dude and you sitting there saying that Naruto looks sexy when he turns into a girl, you are a faggot for saying that, okay?
Okay, first off, opinions are opinions. You can't just be going and attacking everyone that will probably think that Naruto is sexy when he decides to use the sexy jutsu. And by the way, why do you automatically assume that he's gay just because he transforms into a girl? That literally means nothing. You are gay by saying that, you ignorant prick.
You calling him out for attacking the Naruto fans for having their own opinions is a fair point to make, I will grant you that. But what completely blows it is the fact that you follow it up with saying, oh, you're gay for saying that, which makes no sense whatsoever. And then you go to insult him again, which makes you sound very childish. You need to be more civil in your commentaries, KH Brony. You're better than this.
If one of you fall, I'ma bust that ass. Plus, you're not getting ramen for a week. Believe it!
Number 3. Naruto is so obsessed with Sasuke. I'm so sick and tired of hearing him brag about Sasuke this and Sasuke that. It's just really, really, really annoying, okay? It's really annoying. A true ninja would have moved on, okay? And get used to him saying that shit. Okay? Usually, if somebody leaves a ninja clan and they betray their clan, usually a true ninja be wanting to cut their fucking head off. That's a true ninja. A true ninja's not going to sit there and say, well, we're going to bring him back home and maybe he might change his mind and wanting to come back home and be on the good side. I know what I'm saying? A true ninja wouldn't do nothing as stupid as that.
Okay, first off, friendship is magic. That's the whole reason why shows like Naruto, Kingdom Hearts, which is a video game to be honest, but it can get an anime. But besides the point, Kingdom Hearts, Naruto, and My Little Pony actually have a message. It's all about friendship. The whole reason why Naruto wants to bring back Sasuke is because they're friends. They want to actually be together and make him become to the good side. There is most to this story, but you don't see that shit.
The whole magic part is a fair point, I will grant you that as well, but you could have pointed out how ridiculous it was that my opinion 3 was expecting Naruto to act like the fabricated ninjas you see in movies.
Number 6, Naruto's fightings are boring. Just like I was saying, when Naruto be on the battlefield, he does way too much talking than he is fighting. Because he always preaching to his enemies, just like I was saying, he always preached to his enemies, hoping that they are going to surrender.
My fucking god, are you literally saying that shit? Naruto's fights are the best in anime history. If you go and watch something like Dragon Ball Z and hell, even One Piece actually has the same amount of anime battles that this has. And when it comes down to that preaching bullshit that you were saying earlier, he says that type of stuff because he stands for something. A true hero stands for something, and he stands for peace, honor, and justice. That's what he does.
First of all, interjecting with a subjective claim that states Naruto has some of the best fights in anime history doesn't strengthen your point. Secondly, if you think Naruto standing for peace and justice is the reason behind him sometimes wanting to have a civilized conversation with his opponents, then you don't understand Naruto any better than my opinions 333 does. Usually, if we're in an episode of Naruto where he's seen having a conversation with the opponent, it doesn't go without us knowing the backstory of the person that he's talking to. Nor does it go without Naruto knowing that person's backstory either. So whenever he's seen having a conversation with an opponent, it's usually an opponent that has a lot in common with him when it comes down to pain and loneliness. And at the same time, he wants to point out the hypocrisies of his opponents.
Sonic colors. Sucks dick. Shut up! Bitch ass nigga.
They make stupid comparisons. They compare Naruto to other powerful animes out there that's way out of Naruto's league. And then when somebody prove them wrong, they get all butthurt about it because they know people like me are right that Naruto is way out of his fucking league going.
Bullshit. One, you can't speak for every other Naruto fan. Two, you can't really decide, oh, you know what, every other anime is superior besides this. Naruto is the top 3 of animes out there, next to Dragon Ball, One Piece. Fight Shonen Jump, bitch!
He wasn't talking about in terms of popularity, he was talking about the fans that compare Naruto to Goku and think that Naruto can actually beat Goku. Better point you could have made was talking about how Jug was addressing something that wasn't necessarily a problem in the show, or the fact that he was attacking Naruto fans for having their own opinions once again.
And number 10, Naruto's uniform. They need to do something with his uniform. They need to put on a different new uniform for Naruto, because I think this uniform what Naruto's wearing right now just looks ridiculous on him. I think they need to put Naruto on a black ninja uniform. I mean, ain't that's what ninjas are supposed to look like, by the way?
They wear fucking dark blue. It's not black. You say, oh, true ninjas should do this, true ninjas should do that. Bull fucking shit. Know your fucking topic before you go and decide to do shit like this.
Instead of having that unneeded overreaction you just had, here's a better point you could have made.
So Jug, let's go by your real ninja logic for a second, alright? You wanna know something Naruto has in common with these real ninjas? It's the fact that they get paid to do missions, which more or less makes them mercenaries, just like these real ninjas you kept going on about.
You are aware of the fact that it doesn't take much to notice that similarity, right?
I'm in the video right here because, honestly, he just goes on and on and on about how Naruto's outfit is stupid and all that shit. And on top of all that, he can't even fucking get his name right. It's Naruto, not Naruto or Namito. It's Naruto.
While his pronunciation of Naruto's name sounds weird because of the way he talks, he did pronounce all 3 of the syllables correctly.
It's the video on why Sakura is the worst character besides Ash Ketchum in Xeno. She barely improved in part 1.
Here we go. Alright, let me prove that wrong. So Sakura, despite not being born from a special, unique bloodline like characters like Naruto, Sasuke, Neji, and so on, she still had very sharp eyes and great analytical skills. Allow me to showcase some examples of Sakura's improvement when it comes down to seeing through Genjutsu. So let's look at the first time Sakura was exposed to a Genjutsu, which was when Kakashi had casted one on her. Since this was her first time seeing the Genjutsu, she was vulnerable because she obviously didn't know how to break it. Now let's take a look at her later on in the series. When she was exposed to it for a second time, she was able to break it with ease due to her battle experience, by which even Kakashi notices it and compliments her on it.
It was worth teaching you Genjutsu during survival training for the Genin exam. You truly do have a talent for it.
And I ain't done yet, because I have another example to show of her improvement. The next example is centered around how she went from fearful to brave. Let's take a look at the forest exam, where she was seen doing absolutely nothing besides saving Naruto from the fall when he got 5-prong sealed. Now I will admit, it is very hypocritical on Sakura's behalf to be calling out Sasuke for something she herself was guilty of doing, but what makes up for this is the fact that she was able to stand up against 3 sound ninja even when people came to her aid. So it makes no sense for you to say that she barely improved in part 1 when the feats that I've showed you clearly prove otherwise.
Dude, how do you feel? She barely did anything in the war.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
She barely did anything in the war, yet she effortlessly murdered dozens of Ten Tails clones. She barely did anything in the war, yet she kept Naruto alive when the Nine Tails was extracted from him. She barely did anything in the war arc, yet she helped Obito pull Sasuke over to the real dimension. So you mean to tell me she barely did anything in the war arc, yet she saved both of her teammates, and might I add the fact that she paid contribution to defeating Kaguya.
Y'all trying to jump? Cause I do not play that shit!
Also, she don't got any unique techniques besides superhuman strength. No, come on now. Where's the Genjutsu? Like, are you gonna use fire style? Like, come on now. Like, Tsunade got you strong and you wasted it by just chasing Sasuke.
Her not having any unique abilities makes sense given the fact that she's a medical ninja who wasn't born from a special bloodline. Now allow me to address your Sasuke argument, since this is an argument common among most anime fans who do not comprehend the concept of Naruto. Naruto is an anime show that is centered around friendship, just like many shonen anime. To provide evidence on this, let's look back on what Kakashi said to Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura.
In the ninja world, those who break the rules are scum. That's true. But those who abandon their friends are worse than scum.
With that being said, I can't fault Sakura or Naruto for wanting to save a friend who was for many years binded by his trauma, his rage, his hatred, and his loneliness.
And also, you trying to lie to Naruto, like what the fuck? You sucking Naruto's dick and Sasuke's, like stop it. That's not going to get you anywhere but in the kitchen.
Really, nigga?
The kitchen? Are you serious? That's the best you can think of? Let's just get on with the interjection. While it is true that Sakura lied to Naruto about loving him, she had good intentions. Given the fact that he was still a target because he had Kurama sealed inside of him, Sakura only did this to protect him. That's something most people don't understand.
Like, come on, Saki, you need to improve. But, you know, it's been like how many years and you still haven't improved that much?
But hold on a minute. Didn't you say...
She improved a lot in part 2.
Way to contradict yourself.
You are pathetic. You're not a role model. And you suck. And also, your fans are completely stupid. If I saw your fans in actual real life, I will slap the mess out of them.
I wish you would. It's really cute how people like you can talk all big as if you're about that life behind a fucking screen.
You're an idiot. You're not smart at all.
Ha! Yet she's the same person who explained how chakra worked.
Chakra is the elemental life energy a ninja uses in jutsu. It's the source of all his power. Now, this energy has two forms. Physical energy, which exists in all the cells in the entire body, all working together, and spiritual energy, the primal source of power, which is intensified through training and experience.
Oh, and might I add that she's the one who developed a cure for Sasori's poison and saved Kankuro's life? Yeah, you didn't think of that, did you?
I decide to give you guys my 10 reasons on why Naruto absolutely sucks. Okay? These are my 10 reasons. Now, before you guys push the unsub button, because I know some of my subscribers are going to get upset with me and unsub me because they don't like the things I say about Naruto, do what you got to do. But know this, before you unsub me, know this, don't come back to my channel. So if you get all upset with me and you unsubscribe to me because I said Naruto sucks, I gave you my 10 reasons on why Naruto sucks, don't come back to my channel. I don't want to hear you whining and crying about it, okay? If you can't deal with it, that is your problem.
Alright, so just like with Big L, if you're going to make a video attacking Naruto with poor elaboration behind why you think it sucks, you cannot expect the fans not to say anything. It's bad enough your video has more dislikes than likes.
Reason number 1, Naruto turned himself into a girl. I don't find this entertaining. When Naruto turns into a girl, I don't find it entertaining. I don't find it funny. You know what? What kind of ninja actually disguised themselves as a woman and then tried to impress his friends with it and his masters like he's supposed to be funny with it? You know, what kind of ninja does that? Real ninjas don't do that kind of crap, okay? You know what I'm saying? And I think that right there, of him doing that, kills his character. It definitely destroys his character. But he doesn't really do it like that anymore. But a true ninja would never do nothing as gay as that. And if you are a Naruto fan out there and you're a dude and you sitting there saying that it's Naruto looks sexy when he turns into a girl, you are a faggot for saying that.
Good grief. Here we go. First reason. already one of the shittiest. Let's go over how this is for comedy purposes, and that this isn't a jutsu Naruto would exactly use in battle, and even if it was, it would still work for a perfect strategy. Disguise, you know, one of the strategies ninja rely on the most. Ever think about that? Mr. Real Ninjas would do this. Also, Ranma's story is based on him being able to turn into a female, but do you ever see people saying, oh, that kills his character? No! And finally, how dare you insult the Naruto fans for giving their honest opinion about something? Some people are actually into a female Naruto and believe that that version of Naruto is actually a true woman, and yet you insult them. Nice going, prick.
A few moments later.
Number 3. Naruto is so obsessed with Sasuke. I'm so sick and tired of hearing him brag about Sasuke this and Sasuke that. It's just really annoying, okay? It's really annoying. A true ninja would have moved on, okay? Usually, if somebody leaves a ninja clan and they betray their clan, usually a true ninja be wanting to cut their fucking head off. That's a true ninja. A true ninja's not going to sit there and say, well, we're going to bring him back home and maybe he might change his mind on wanting to come back home and be on the good side. I know what I'm saying? A true ninja wouldn't do nothing as stupid as that, okay?
Oh my god, real ninja this, true ninja that. Let me explain something to you. Naruto isn't about being a real ninja, okay? Naruto is an anime show centered on friendship, just like One Piece. Let's bring up an example. When Nico Robin went over to CP9, I forgot their goals and intentions, but regardless, Luffy saved Robin. Now, Naruto may not have saved Sasuke and brought him back on his first try, but let's not forget, Naruto's character is somebody who never gives up. So of course you're going to see Naruto make an attempt to save his comrades.
Number 4, Naruto always preached to his enemies all the time. Every time when this fool right here always get in a fight with his enemies, he always sit there and try to preach to his enemies, like when he was going up against this guy named Pain. I think he was a villain. Yeah, his name was Pain. Now, if I'm wrong what I said about his name, please correct me if I said his name wrong, but I think his name was Pain. And Naruto was sitting there preaching to Pain about his master this, his master that. I mean, he was just sitting there just going on and on, just blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God, would you please just shut the fuck up and just fight already, okay? You know, a true ninja doesn't do that much talking. A true ninja be want to try to kill his enemies, because Pain already destroyed the village. He destroyed the whole village and shit, and you still trying to preach to this guy? You know what I'm saying? A true ninja's not going to sit there and try to preach to the enemies and hoping they're going to stop doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? A true ninja doesn't do that, but Naruto just kept right on talking and talking. I'm just like, gosh, dude, shut the hell up and just fight.
See, this elaboration right here tells us what little knowledge you have on Naruto. Let's talk about how Pain was also preaching about how submission to him will lead to true peace. And let's not forget when Naruto said this.
Just shut the hell up already!
In all seriousness though, Naruto was actually strategizing most of the fight instead of preaching his case. Why don't you watch the fight more before you make observations like that, thank you.
Let's see, number 5. He always uses the Shadow Clone Jutsu all the time. Right before the fight is getting ready to begin, the first thing he goes for is Shadow Clone Jutsu. I mean, he does the same old shit all the time with the Shadow Clone Jutsu. So I don't find the Shadow Clone Jutsu anything special. I just find it a very boring technique he used.
Okay, seriously, what the fuck?
This will stand out as the crappiest reason as to why you believe Naruto sucks. God, where do I begin with this one? First of all, this is Naruto's primary technique. Of course you're going to see him use it. Secondly, the Shadow Clone is a jutsu that Naruto often uses to strategize in battle. Did you ever think of that? I mean, come on, dude. That's like saying Dragon Ball Z sucks because Goku uses the Kamehameha all the time.
Number 6, Naruto's fightings are boring. Just like I was saying, when Naruto be on the battlefield, he does way too much talking than he is fighting. Because he always preaching to his enemies, just like I was saying. He always preached to his enemies, hoping that they are going to surrender. Talk about a coward way of trying to get out of a fight, if you ask me.
It is clear to me and the other 759 people that have disliked this video that you have not seen enough Naruto. I mean, come on, dude. And to make it worse, you've not shown one piece of evidence to support your claims behind why you believe Naruto sucks. This is absolutely pathetic. You probably must have watched 5 minutes of Naruto greeting his enemies before the battle begins, before you automatically assume all Naruto does is talk. Naruto obviously has kicked more ass than you can imagine. He's brave just like any other anime character. I should not have to tell you this.
Number 7. Naruto's fans out there are fucking retarded. They make stupid comparisons. They compare Naruto to other powerful animes out there that's way out of Naruto's league. And then when somebody prove them wrong, they get all butthurt about it because they know people like me are right that Naruto is way out of his fucking league going against other powerful animes out there. That's how fucking retarded the Naruto fanboys are out there.
To be brutally honest, one can argue that it is actually you who is retarded. Let's go over why. First of all, you are addressing something that's not necessarily a problem in the show itself. Secondly, you're underestimating Naruto and his capabilities. Sure, you know Naruto would still lose, but that doesn't mean that he won't put up a fight before he goes out. And you are once again attacking and insulting the Naruto fanbase for having their own opinions. Nice going, douchebag.
A few moments later.
Okay, number 9. Naruto's personality. His personality, nothing interesting about his personality. I find that the villains on Naruto, I find that their personalities is a little bit more interesting than Naruto's. And Naruto is supposed to be the star of the show, but you got villains up there that have some very good, interesting personality, way better than Naruto's. And here Naruto is supposed to be the star of the show. Unbelievable. Naruto, your personality sucks.
You claim that Naruto's personality sucks in comparison to the villain's personality. You realize you're one of the little population of people that find Naruto's personality boring. Compare that to the thousands of people that find his personality interesting. Naruto is a rather kind-hearted person who would do anything for his friends. Naruto's warm heart is what caused most antagonists to become protagonists. Naruto is a true man of dignity who keeps his promises 100% of the time. That's not interesting.
And number 10, Naruto's uniform. They need to do something with his uniform. They need to put on a different new uniform for Naruto, because I think this uniform what Naruto's wearing right now just looks ridiculous on him. I think they need to put Naruto on a black ninja uniform. I mean, ain't that's what ninjas are supposed to look like, by the way? They're supposed to dress all in black and shit and faces all covered up. Ain't that's what real ninjas are supposed to look like? I mean, Naruto looked like a fucking pencil, if you ask me. I mean, look at him. His head is like the shape of a fucking eraser. I mean, look at his look at the shape of his head. It's like it looked like a goddamn eraser, if you ask me. That's what it looks like. But yeah, these are my reasons why Naruto sucks. So if anybody out there gets offended on what I said, and if you can't deal with it, that is your problem, okay? But anyway, it's your boy OP. I'm out. Peace.
You and Big L bitching about this outfit. While Naruto's attire may not seem like the attire of an average ninja, he's still a unique mercenary. And another thing, last time I checked, the pencil's eraser was pink, whereas Naruto has blonde hair. Do you understand the difference? Anyways, guys, this guy was even worse than Big L. I will point that out. Netflix, I'm giving you a chance right now to say psych. Given the fact that you said new seasons were coming out in February 1st, and we haven't gotten them at all. So, if this is another joke, I'm not fucking laughing. But if you're really serious about these new seasons being released next week, then hooray, fucking finally, took you guys long enough. Hopefully I don't have to listen to the same voice line every time someone does their special move in that show. But that's not what I came on here to talk about. Since there's literally no material for me to find, I wanted to try doing a commentary on myself. Apex, you're a fucking lifesaver. I love you, man. Alright, so let's take a look at what he sent me, shall we? Ah, so it's another Naruto-related top 10 video that has nothing but recycled popular opinions on other characters. This should be easy. That's right, kids. Today we're going to be tackling a video from CBR, a group of people that are notorious for having opinions that have so much wrong in them. Now that you guys have all that information, Eternal Scarlet! Let's rock this bitch! Oh, and before I start, just know I will be skipping a few segments. Now, let's rock this bitch.
Do we even need to go into why this snake needed to die? Since the original Naruto, all the way back in the Chunin exams, Orochimaru was plotting his evil schemes. The dude has a laundry list of crimes that would make his death more than justifiable. For starters, he was responsible for the attack on the Leaf Village during the Chunin exams, killing the Sand Village's Kazekage and taking his place to kill the third Hokage. His lifelong ambition of immortality led him down a dark road, using jutsu that would be a taboo for most ninja. And how can we forget his entire plot to manipulate Sasuke into leaving his village? With a great promise of power and preying on Sasuke's thirst for revenge, Orochimaru took Sasuke away from his friends and his village. Of course, he intended to take Sasuke's body for his own to extend his own life. Of course, that backfired on him, and Sasuke showed that he was using Orochimaru as much as Orochimaru was using him. Sasuke absorbs the Snake Man. Good riddance, a fitting end to a villain like Orochimaru.
First of all, Orochimaru never took Sasuke away from his friends. It was stated multiple times in the source material, even by Orochimaru himself, that Sasuke left of his own free will. The fact that you state that Sasuke was using Orochimaru the whole time kinda contradicts that statement. I also find it very hilarious how you leave out the fact that Orochimaru also summoned the 4 Hokages to assist Naruto in the Great Ninja War and has been a valuable asset to Naruto since the war ended.
Okay, class X.
I know you heard that new dragon.
Why do I hear talking?
Cause you got ears, you dumbass bitch!
Now that we've gotten the scumbags out of the way, let's now focus on some characters we dearly miss and wish were still with us. Starting off this section, we have Minato and Kushina, Naruto's parents. Minato was the 4th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, and the one who sacrificed himself to save said village from the Nine-Tailed Fox. We all know the story by now. What we later learned in Shippuden, however, was that the 4th Hokage was Naruto's dad, and his mother Kushina was the last remaining member of the Uzumaki clan.
And you completely forgot Nagato. And Karin. And Mito. Yep, okay.
Come on, Shenra. Be a good little boy and give mommy the fuck.
Nope! Turn it off now! We are not using that as a skip card!
Naruto really has a knack for having their bad guys turn out to be misled good guys. Obito, like Itachi, has a complicated history. He was thought to have died during the 3rd Shinobi War due to a cave-in. He passed his Sharingan to Kakashi as a final gesture. In reality, he was saved by Madara Uchiha, and to make a long story short, was disillusioned into helping Madara create an ideal world. The list of sins Obito has committed rivals that of Itachi's, with him starting the 4th Shinobi War being arguably the worst offense. This war would take the lives of many shinobi, including Neji. However, once Obito had a change of heart, he ended up sacrificing himself in order to save Naruto and Sasuke against the true villain, Kaguya. Obito took responsibility for his actions and tried to atone by helping Naruto and the others. Though Obito's actions, however dark they were, eventually led to the Shinobi Alliance and world peace. The cherry on top for this would be if Obito was alive to witness any of it.
Sure, his actions led to the Shinobi Alliance, but you're also forgetting the fact that Obito was responsible for the deaths of many members of the Shinobi Alliance, even Neji, as you mentioned. You're also forgetting the fact that Obito wanted to die for the sake of reuniting with Rin. Despite knowing the truth of Rin being the three-tailed Shinjuriki, her death still hit Obito pretty hard, to the point where his view of the world changed.
Finally, and arguably the most tragic loss in Naruto, the death of Jiraiya. Naruto's mentor and the pervy toad sage Jiraiya was an invaluable asset to the Leaf Village. As Naruto's mentor, he helped him learn the Rasengan and attain Sage Mode.
No, he didn't. It was Fukasaku that helped Naruto attain Sage Mode. However, Jiraiya's death did give Naruto the motivation to learn Sage Mode. That's something you could have mentioned. I'm ending it here because that was the final entry of his list. What are my final thoughts, you ask? I'm not really surprised CBR would screw this up, considering the fact that they've been debunked by other commentators and even popular anime channels. I'm just glad I have the chance to drop a commentary on my channel before this month ends.
Number 8, stealing a forbidden scroll.
It's Naruto. He stole the sacred scroll.
You mean the scroll of sealing? No!
One of Naruto's defining traits is his thirst to improve himself and be accepted. So when he fails his test to become a ninja, a corrupt teacher suggests that he steal a forbidden scroll to prove his skills, in order to take the scroll for himself and conveniently point the blame at Naruto. Although the shadow clone technique Naruto learns from the scroll enables him to defeat the teacher and become one of his signature moves, he still broke the law and committed theft.
You seem to neglect the fact that he was tricked into stealing the scroll. He didn't steal it out of free will. Now one can argue that it's still theft either way, but the point is, we do have to acknowledge that Naruto at the same time didn't really know what he was doing, and even after he learned one jutsu from the forbidden scroll he stole, Mizuki then turned around and tried to kill both Naruto and Iruka, so that's something that's worth being acknowledged, buddy.
Number 2. His obsession with Sasuke.
One of the defining relationships in Naruto's life is his friendship/rivalry with his teammate Sasuke. For better or for worse, fierce and competitive rivals, both of them are orphaned and have similar backgrounds, yet have fundamentally different outlooks on life. Eventually, Sasuke betrays the village and leaves to seek out power to get revenge. However, Naruto never gives up on his friend, even when Sasuke tries to kill him, and Sakura, and their friends, and attacks a summit between ninja villages, and kills a corrupt village elder who's the temporary Hokage, and plans to destroy their entire village, and, well, you know, you get the idea.
You know, we gotta find Sasuke. We gotta find Sasuke and bring him back. Sasuke's doing this. Sasuke's taking a dump. Sasuke this. Sasuke that.
Naruto is so obsessed with Sasuke. I'm so sick and tired of hearing him brag about Sasuke this and Sasuke that.
Someone else is clearly uneducated on the whole Naruto Sasuke thing, and once again, I gotta teach a bitch. So let's get this over with so I can go to sleep. The reason Naruto is how he is towards Sasuke is because Sasuke is one of the first friends to understand Naruto's pain. He clearly states this in the source material.
Naruto, I knew you were always alone back then. The village shunned you, just like they did with me, the lone Uchiha survivor.
So in my eyes, and in the eyes of one with an atom-sized speck of common sense, that actually is very logical. Not to mention, can we acknowledge how Naruto not only lost his shit, but actually shed tears for a Jinchuriki who understood his pain better than any character in the source material, and that character was Gaara?
Just shut up! If all of you Sand Shinobi hadn't put a monster inside of Gaara, then none of this would have ever happened to him! Did you ever even consider how Gaara felt? Did you ever even ask?
Hell, let's even include the time Naruto shed tears for Hinata after finding out that she was alive. You know, the same person who confessed her feelings for Naruto in the middle of the battlefield.
Number 1. Neglecting his family. While most of Naruto's previous faults are due to the inexperience of youth, his worst failings occur as an adult. After finally becoming Hokage, Naruto spends much of his time working as the village leader, to the point where he neglects his wife and children. One particularly egregious example occurs when Naruto sends off one of these clones to attend his daughter's birthday, despite promising to attend himself. What was Naruto's ninja way again? I never go back on my word. Yeah, that's right.
I like how you were speaking as though Naruto can just be like, oh well, I'm gonna spend one day in the Hokage's office and the next day with my family. Being the Hokage does not work like that. If Naruto is going to go around screaming for years and years about how he's going to be the Hokage one day, then he is going to have to accept the responsibility that comes with it, even if it means sacrificing some days with his family.
Naruto. Nothing is original, and many artists borrow ideas and styles from their contemporaries. But Naruto creator Masashi Kishimoto may have pulled a little too much from Dragon Ball. Superficially, the shows are quite different, but when you start breaking down the details, things get eerily similar. Both Goku and Naruto start off their series as 12-year-olds with massive appetites, have a hidden power tucked away inside of them, and are prone to making hilarious yet awkward mistakes.
Okay, first off, having an exclusive transformation or technique is notorious throughout most anime. Also, there's a difference in the exclusive transformations of Naruto and Goku. Let's start off with the Great Ape transformation, which is a transformation any Saiyan can utilize as long as they have a tail and is somewhere near the moon. In other words, all Saiyans were born able to transform into a Great Ape. In the Dragon Ball series, Goku had his tail cut off, thus he wasn't able to use it anymore. With Naruto, it's different. He had the tail beast, which was the nine-tailed fox, sealed inside of him. He even grew to master the Nine-Tails' power and bonded with the Nine-Tails known as Kurama.
Both have friends who become enemies, only to become friends again. Vegeta also shares a lot with Sasuke, mainly that both characters were victimized by a Mind Seal attack.
It is true that both characters were victimized by a Mind Seal attack, but also note this. Itachi was a good guy just following orders the entire time. Frieza was just pure evil and basically destroyed the Saiyans because he had no use for them. Now the argument could be made, oh well, Beerus ordered Frieza to destroy planet Vegeta, but the thing is, that wasn't revealed until years after the truth behind the Uchiha, which was that the third Hokage gave Itachi orders to kill the Uchiha clan. Having said that, it's logical for one to make the argument that Dragon Ball stole that backstory from Naruto. Hell, a lot of people have made the argument that Goku's backstory was based off of Superman's backstory. Vicky thinks she black. Why that bitch that's mad? Niggas beat her ass, that bitch at the ground. You say you're all that, now you got me mad. You're a piece of trash and a fucking clown. All your friends are clones, with your fake ass guns. I am not the one, I don't fuck around. These mediocre Dragon Ball Z fantasies. Now, the reason this is very low on the list is because I already addressed this in one of my previous videos, so I'm not gonna go talking about it very much, but as you guys know, I'm not a fan of these, and I honestly think that the whole idea of these transformations are stupid in the fact that most of these characters don't even need these transformations. Aren't they overpowered enough?
The transformations are important to Dragon Ball Z because they are milestones to show how powerful each character is. Without transformations, there would be no progression to Dragon Ball Z at all. I mean, come on, how can the Saiyan beat a god without no transformation?
You misinterpreted what I was saying. I was referring to the hypothetical transformations, but if we're going to go into the actual transformations that happen in the source material, I still find flaws in that, and here's why. While some of these transformations are very destructive and they're pretty cool to think about from time to time, it gets annoying when the author slap transformations upon powerful villains repetitively. Basically, my issue is the authors could stand to be a little bit more open-minded than they are. Use what they already have in regards to the transformations instead of just creating new ones. What makes matters worse is when fans begin to fantasize their own transformations. While some of them do look cool, others can just look really ridiculous, and it overall gets annoying from time to time. Not to mention, I'm not the only person who takes issue with this, as you are about to see in this clip.
How many pieces of Ultra Instinct Vegeta fan art, Super Saiyan God Gohan fan art, fucking Blue Yamcha Berserker Goku shit have you seen on the internet already? Ultra Instinct Bastard Vegeta, guys, look, a really cool bit of fan art. Here's my new fan transformation. I call it Super Saiyan Very Light Blue. It's Ultra Instinct Bastard combined with Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. I guess the proper name is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct Bastard.
Also, if I'm to be completely honest, I find it funny how the fans can be so creative in fantasizing their own Super Saiyan transformations, but it's so hard for the authors to be creative in finding other methods of beating villains.
Now, as for the whole Dragon Ball Z versus Naruto thing, it's just a typical harmless anime war. There's no reason to get all mad about it. Just chill.
I'm perfectly fucking calm!
I honestly couldn't resist. Being serious though, that was the #1 issue I had with the Dragon Ball fanbase, so unfortunately, I still stand behind that 100%, and here's why. When you kinda think about it, the Dragon Ball fanbase is sorta hypocritical. They title Naruto fans as Narutards, but they're the exact same way. They seem to think that Goku's the strongest anime character in the universe, which that's not true since he's no match for Seiya. So real quickly, I thought I might just drop by and address two things regarding my most recent commentary. This is one of them.
When you said Naruto sucks, it hurt all of our feelings. We all became a bunch of crybabies. Well, why would you hurt our feelings like that? You call us retards. You call us retards, Chuck. You call us retards, and you said that Naruto sucks.
Do you guys now understand why I had to skip this segment in my commentary?
When you said Naruto sucks, it hurt all of our feelings.
I'm actually going to skip this segment here, seeing as though it's pure cringe, so hope you don't mind. I was doing you guys a favor by not allowing you guys to suffer from the same cringe that I had to suffer from watching this video.
Did you really have to enter the darkness for this guy?
Yes, since this guy thought it'd be a great idea to make a video mocking me because I made a commentary on a video he made in 2012. And this is something I also would like to address. It's the year 2019, not the year 2009. You're 10 years off. And it's hilarious how I made 2 videos covering one of your—
Alright, okay, Shinra, cut him some fucking slack. He got the date wrong. My man still had a great fucking point, though.
I'm sorry, Novatron, but I'm not cutting this nigga no fucking slack, and here's why. Because it's extremely ironic how he wants to sit here and make a cringy-ass skit video clowning me because I made a commentary on a video he made in 2012, but he can't even get the present time right. The thing that makes matters worse for this idiot is, judging by the crowd laughs he added and that suffocating high-pitched voice, it was clear to me that that video was edited, which begs the question as to why he didn't take the time to re-record that statement, but I can answer that question for you with the fact that he was being lazy. Now I'm going to cut you some slack, seeing as though you don't know what happened between the two of us last year, but he made that video just to poke fun at me because I made a commentary on a video he made in 2012 last year. Here, I'll even prove it.
You can't even get your facts right. When you make videos about Naruto, you don't never bring up facts.
And the sad thing is, both you and Big L could be looked at as two people that can't even get their facts straight before attacking Naruto. Now my advice is, do not attack Naruto or any anime show in this circumstance without knowing what you're talking about. Otherwise, do not expect people not to come at you debunking your claim.
Okay, that's enough right there. Let me ask you a question, man. Do you even know the difference between facts and opinion?
For some reason, I can't find his original response to me, but at the same time, it actually explains a lot. But it's clear to me that he still holds me commentating on a 7-year-old video against me.
Look, this is a new year, everybody. We all should enjoy the new year. You don't have to sit there, come on somebody else's page and complain about what happened in 2019. You have not gave 2020 a whole new fresh start, and you bring in 2019 in people's directions. Look, no one don't want to sit there and be stressed out and be frustration, ranting, going back and forth, get stressed out for an hour, complaining about what happened in 2019.
For those of you who don't understand what she's saying, I'll give you the gist of her mentality. People should just leave Sakura Bowsette in 2019 and keep her out of conversations at all times. And my take on that is this. Yes, I will agree with you when you say that Sakura Bowsette is a dead topic. However, you can't always control what other people do on here. The internet is a vast place filled with people that love to look back on stuff. Do you have any idea of the amount of people that still to this day talk about the angry German kid, or even the amount of people that still talk about Chad Warden? 2 people that became internet memes back in the vintage point of YouTube? That's years before both your channel and my channel became a thing. Not to mention, we're only 2 months into 2020, and you've made little to no content since your Sakura Bowsette videos came to an abrupt end. So it's not like you chose to upload different kinds of videos right after you stopped doing Sakura Bowsette videos. Matter of fact, the only thing that comes close to videos that keep your channel alive are your updates, and you haven't even been consistent with those. Oh, and considering all the Narusaku hentai you posted on Twitter after you stopped doing Sakura Bowsette videos, I can't really fault people for looking back on Sakura Bowsette, especially considering the fact that one can make the argument that the shit you do on Twitter sometimes is even worse. I have one more thing left to say to my opinions 333, and this is going to be a big one, so you can consider this one a one-shot. So throughout your video, you've presented terrible elaboration behind why you believe that Naruto sucks, and only 2 out of 10 reasons were actually good. Here's something bad about Naruto you could have mentioned. It's filler. This pretty much is something Big Al had mentioned in his video, but it wouldn't have mattered. If you had mentioned this in your video and replaced it with one of your bad reasonings, it would have slightly improved your video, but no. Now, one reason that shouldn't be on that list at all is the sexy jutsu, for 2 reasons. 1, you say that real ninjas wouldn't do that kind of crap. Well, let me tell you something. Naruto utilized that infantile technique before he even became a ninja, around the time he was still kind of a dropout. And another thing, You acknowledge the fact that jutsu isn't necessarily prevalent in the series, but it still made it to one of your 10 reasons. Now one can argue, well that's why it's on the bottom of the list, but the point is, if he doesn't use it as much, if not at all, in the show, then why is it on the list? Now you pretty much stated in the video that you don't want to hear people crying and complaining about the fact that you think Naruto sucks. Well, let me tell you something. That is exactly why your video has more dislikes than likes. It's not necessarily the Naruto fanbase being a bunch of Narutards. No, you've presented faulty elaboration behind why you believe that Naruto sucks. And just like what Shom said in one of his videos, if you present faulty reasoning behind something, you will be called out on it. And the sad thing is, both you and Big L could be looked at as two people that can't even get their facts straight before attacking Naruto. Now my advice is, do not attack Naruto or any anime show in this circumstance without knowing what you're talking about. Otherwise, do not expect people not to come at you debunking your claims and pretty much embarrassing you.